Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, and wife and baby have gone to sleep early, so I have a little bit of free time on my hands, and rather than doing a live stream late at night, I thought we would actually hit it in prime time. Alright, this is not even 9:30, it's like 9:21. So this is some prime viewing internet time right on Saturday night, so for those of you who are staying at home, staying safe, and just nice introverted people who like obscure random stuff, you have found the right live stream. So tonight we are going to play, not exclusively necessarily, but I always like to have kind of a general idea of what we're going to focus on in the live stream. And so we'll just check out some fighting games that I find interesting. So we'll check those out. So if you're a fan of the channel, you'll know that one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube are Japanese commercials from the 1980s. And one of those is for the Kanebo fishnet eyeliner, because I wear it all the time. Now, I really just like the look and feel and aesthetic of it. And one of my things is I really like to find background music to cool Japanese commercials from the 80s and 90s. This is what I do with my free time. That is not a comedic cough. That's a very real clearing of my throat. Anyway, yeah, I love to find background music to Japanese commercials. And this right here is Mugon Iropoi from Shizuka Kudo, right there. So if you were wondering what the song in the Kanebo for Beautiful Human Life Fitnet Eye eyeliner commercials. I think might have called it Fishnet Eye before. It's Fitnet Eyeliner. And anyway, here's actually was able to find the whole song on YouTube. So good stuff, right there. Yeah. So I'm thinking we're actually going to start the live stream playing a video game that I really don't like and spend a lot of time complaining about. And so I think here's the commercial. Konnichiwa, Diego. Ooh, you went to a book off, Diego? Freaking awesome. Where's the book off at? Was that in San Diego? Tell me what you got. You get anything cool stuff? And thank you for stopping into the live stream, man. Absolutely. It was the opening to Star Ocean here. I've just got my YouTube playlist going in the background here. We're going to play some fighters tonight. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to know what you got at the book off. The comic book is coming along right here. This is actually a little parody of the Game Boy commercials we were watching last live stream. So, good stuff. So long story short, we're going to actually play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. A game that I really don't like, but I think it would be fun to play it on the channel since I have so much to say about it. And it might be interesting just to see some stuff that I do like about it, and just to kind of have a nice balanced perspective on things. Now, let's keep in mind that one of the reasons that we are able to stream this early is because my son fell asleep really early. So hopefully he won't wake up during the live stream. My wife actually has gone to bed already. So, I've just got the house to myself, and I thought it might be fun to do a live stream. Did some drawing on my comic today, so I figure I'd do some live streaming. And then if we wrap up, a little on the early side, I might still be lucid enough to do more comic booking and just random stuff. So, cool. So yeah, we're going to play some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, aka Marvel vs. Capcom 4, a game that really drains a lot of the artistic energy and musical enthusiasm out of the, in my opinion, best fighting game series ever, the Marvel vs. Capcom series. So I had yet to play a bad Marvel vs. Capcom game. Ooh, there's a book off in San Diego. There's one in Hawaii, one in NYC, Paris, and in the LA area. Cool. You get any old games or old manga or anything like that? And, of course, old VHS tapes. That's the holy grail right there. Well, Got our camera nice and set up here. We got Ken. Is my avatar. We'll try to push the camera back a little bit here. All right. All these live streamers, they always go on about how Captain Marvel is horrible. I've never read a Captain Marvel comic in my life. I liked Miss Marvel. She was cool. I like Carol Danvers and the, black costume with the Zorro mask and the big Z on her chest and it's like a bikini, like a one piece. So that was a cool look for her. This is just a little weird, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I don't have an opinion on her. She seems a little pretentious, but it is what it is. Anyway, point one of things that I don't like about this game is the just artwork. Morgan's cute. I mean, look at the freckles there, sexy outfit kind of thing. Well proportioned, lots of detail, but where's the heart? Like Mr. Burns when he sees Martin's nuclear power plant diorama that's actually powering the plant. It's so cold and sterile, right? You need to have some racing stripes and fins to lower wind resistance. Anyway, I just think the art in this game is technically sound, but very drab, and that's definitely a big step backward when you had games in the 2D era from people like Akiman and Bengus. Let's see. Ooh, anime DVDs, a lot of Japanese magazines, and some traveling books and J-pop CDs. What J-pop CDs did you get? And did you get any like Shonen Jump or what kind of anime? Yeah, tell me your animes and CDs that you got. Like, I mean, I don't care if you don't want to. If you don't want to tell me, that's cool too. All right. Anyway, this game is not, in my opinion, on the level. No VHS at book off. That's sad. Not on the level of its predecessors, but is not an unpleasant game all the time. For example, I think if you play as Jeddah from Dark Stalkers, he's actually really fun to play as in this game. The one thing I really don't like about this game is the fact that when you tag in and out, your partner will just stay. Like you who are no longer the character, you've tagged in a partner, right? Your old character will just stand there for like 2-3 seconds in the middle of the screen, just like scratching their butt, with like get the freak out of there. Like this should be like instantaneous. I don't understand why they want to disincentivize tagging back and forth. The music is also really unenjoyable, in my opinion. They've got these English voice actors that I think lack a lot of personality, and the music all just falls very flat. It doesn't have a lot of personality. It's trying to reference the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and I just don't think the music is anything very good. I miss the old J-pop arcade music. And in all honesty, they have this kind of infinity gem type system to try to have a return of the Marvel superheroes play dynamic, but I don't think it works anywhere nearly as well or as fluidly, and I'll be happy to tell you when I don't mind showing people what's in my bag. Okay, that's cool, man. Cool.
If good and evil do not exist.
Watch my back, Zero.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, it's like, I mean, I haven't seen, sadly, the more recent Avenger movies, where apparently, like, Spider-Man is Iron Man's sidekick or something. Actually, the music for Rockman, or Zero here is pretty decent. Jeddah's good, because you can just, like, playing as Jeddah is fun, and the graphics in this level are very well detailed. Like, honestly, all I gotta do here is just press forward and rhythmically hit square. Like, that's really good. But then you have other characters that are slow as molasses, and their super moves are just so easy to block. And Lord help you if you try to fight Omega Sigma, or whatever he's called, or Sinma Omega, or I don't even know. This giant head that's supposed to be a combination of Ultron and Sigma. No, it's called Ultron Omega. Like, unless you're Jeddah and can just run up and do dash jabs and combos, it's just a horrible. It's one of the least fun experiences I've ever had in fighting games. The fight takes like 20 minutes, and you'll probably lose. And to spend like 20 minutes on a fight in a fighting game where the clock is normally at like 99 seconds, it's not a good fight either. It's not like a highly competitive fight. It's you trying to get this giant face blob to go down, and it just takes forever. But if you're Jeddah, he's so fast, you can just keep laying in your square combo. Sailor Moon R, Blue Submarine number 6, Big O, that's a fun one. Card Captor movie, cool. I don't know if I know Gen Shiken. But yeah, it sounds like some good stuff. I remember Blue Submarine number 6 was on Toonami. I always thought the dub to the English dub was a little odd, but I still thought it was a pretty anime. I just remember there was like this kind of fat, old, out of shape guy in a Hawaiian shirt, and like one of his fish children was talking to him or something like that. Yeah, I don't. It's kind of stupid. Like when Iron Man tags in Spider-Man, he yells Underoo, and it's like, I don't know. I don't like Spider-Man as in this game as Iron Man's like dorky sidekick. Like, what is that? I mean, if they have that in the movie or something, that's one thing. But the Spider-Man in Marvel vs. Capcom has always been like the adult comic book Spider-Man. You know, not, Iron Man yelling, discriminating tastes. Uh-oh. It says internet connection has become unstable, so hopefully that unstable internet connection that we just saw did not, cause any unpleasantness. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's raining or what. Sometimes that'll do it. Morgan and Ghost Rider. Yeah, here's another thing. Like, they got Morgan back with a Scottish accent like she had in the Darkstalkers American cartoon. Yeah, her Japanese voice is much better, in my opinion.
How can I be a hypocrite if good and evil do not exist? Pleasure and pain, we deliver home.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
Yeah, again, it's a game that graphically is very sharp, but I just think lacks personality. I mean, you just go from something that is traditionally just stellar in terms of being like a comic book come to life with the enthusiasm of a Japanese variety show, and now it's just like, okay, this isn't bad, and then sometimes it is. All these people who are like, oh, this game drives like a Ferrari. No, I mean, it's not. Like, again, it's like it's an adequate fighting game. Playing with Jet is fun because you can just pretty much just hit forward and square and time it properly. But, I mean, as far as trying to play this like a traditional Marvel vs. Capcom or Street Fighter game, I don't think it's good at all. J-Pop CDs, Ayumi Hamasaki, Kota Kumi, Gak, Mika Nakashima, Hikaru Utada. Cool, man. I don't know if I know Gontiti. I don't know who that is. I'm a little out of the loop with my current J-pop. They got some nice music going now, though. Like, usually I don't notice the... I don't know, maybe when I'm playing the arcade with my son, I don't get to hear enough of the music. So they just tagged Morgan, and they had a nice remix of her song. I think what really tends to take away from the music is the menu music is really drab.
Only one team will be left standing.
Gamora and Rocket Raccoon. I don't know, even like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which was an okay game, it its music was still pretty good. Like, I mean, it wasn't as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 1's music, but I think it was better than Marvel vs. Capcom 2's music. Especially the menu music on Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was really good. Blue Submarine number 6 is my all-time favorite anime from Toonami. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Cool! Yeah, I definitely watched Blue Submarine number 6 when it was out. It didn't really stick with me as much as Gundam Wing or Tenchi Muyo, but I want to say that that anime came out right after Tenchi Muyo on Toonami. Okay, and it was definitely shorter, because Toonami had they had the 2 Tenchi TV series and the first Tenchi OVA sets. So that gave them a lot of Tenchi content. So I think Blue Submarine number 6 was only on for maybe a couple weeks. Or I think that, they reintroduced it a couple of times, I'm not paying attention. I should just tag out. But it's too late, I'm already down. Like, Maximilian Dude is always, like, raving about this game. I don't know, I just don't see it. I heard he just became a father, which is super nice. That kind of thing changes you for the better. Although, I'll tell you, I just saw an Unsolved Mysteries with my wife that was, like, horrible. I mean, it was really interesting. But it was about this, like, mom who killed her husband and daughter who knew that she killed her husband. And no one can find enough evidence to convict her, but everyone knows that she did it. And then she lost the civil lawsuit, which claims that she's liable for $7 million. But apparently no one's making her pay it, which is really horrible. So hopefully somehow justice will get served as far as that goes. Like, I really don't like true crime, but I think it's interesting when it gets to talking about, like, justice, and it's not justice like someone's gotta hang, but, like, the analytics of tracking down the bad guy and then really nailing him. That's what I think is interesting. Both Ryuichi Sakamoto and Gontiti are the 2 greatest Japanese music composers of the iconic Japanese movies. I highly recommend their music. Awesome! I will definitely check that out. I would say my favorite Japanese music composers as far as pop music go would be Tetsuya Komuro and Daisuke Asakura, because that's more my style. Tak Matsumoto, definitely some awesome stuff with bees. So, yeah, that's my stuff. But it's all good.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
How old is the Ayumi Hamasaki CD you got? What are some of the songs on it? You're talking like Evolution, Free and Easy, Glitter. I really should come out with a new Art of Fighting. Actually, what we should do after this is we should play some Art of Fighting 2, and we'll see how far I can get in it. Hager from Final Fight. Yeah, let's tag. See, you see how Jetta's just standing there? He's like, please hit me. Like, what is this? The thing I don't like, you see how right there he was just so easily able to block my super move? Like, that's not good mechanics. It's like sometimes the moves on this game happen in slow motion. There's no, fast reflex. And I don't really see why it was a big deal that, like, this game, like, I remember like, they're trying to make it like a feature. It's like, oh my god, this game's back to being 2-on-2. So it's like, less content for a higher price. Wow. Hang on a second, let me see what Diego's saying here. Yes, in Blue Submarine number 6, there was a talking shark, Verge, and an evil scientist who wears a Hawaiian shirt, and his name is Zorndike. I do remember the evil scientist in the Hawaiian shirt, and his gut was kind of hanging out. And, like, yeah, I do remember that. Hey, see how easy he's able to block? Except that, apparently I can't block that at all. And blocking is for the computer. You don't get to block.
I'll keep the peace in New Metro City.
I mean, it would be nice if they gave you an option for Japanese voice actors.
Now, what entertainment have you brought for me?
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
I mean, even if, like, you wanted to treat this game like a Marvel Cinematic Universe game, okay? And, like, let's say that the movie is about Marvel versus Capcom. Wouldn't you want that movie's directorial style to mirror Marvel vs. Capcom and not just be like some bland B attempt to reference the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff? Wouldn't you want it to be like, okay, here's the Marvel Cinematic Universe style of these characters in Marvel vs. Capcom, which is, you know, a high action, fast-paced, flashy, vibrant fighting game that looks like an actual comic book crossed with a Japanese TV show. Wow, perfect. Hey, Rogue Drum stream. Yeah, we are finally. So the family went to sleep a little earlier, which means I can stream a little earlier. So we're playing my least favorite entry in the series, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and that's what we're doing. So I thought it would be interesting to play a game that I, you know, see a lot of pros and cons in. Maybe more con than pro. And by maybe, I mean definitely. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll just see who shows up to the stream. Either way, we'll just have a good time. I've been working on my comic book. I had a bunch of family, not a bunch, but I had a handful of the in-laws over today. That was nice. So, yeah, I don't know. Everyone just decided to turn in early. And that means I've just got the downstairs to myself. And I thought, you know, maybe if I said I was going to stream on Saturday, last stream. So, thought it might be fun to have a little bit of an earlier stream. And not be rambling incoherently in a way where I don't even understand what I'm saying. Usually when I ramble incoherently, I understand what I'm saying. Other people might not understand what I'm saying. But when I'm falling asleep rambling incoherently, then it's like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Or like last time, I think I started talking about having wings. Because I was like thinking of one of the characters in my comic that I kind of draw like me. So I was like, oh yeah, you need to have wings like me. Wait a second, what am I talking about? Playing a Game Boy game, right? Yeah, so Dakota, long story short, this is a game that has very competent graphics and some pretty flashes of graphical high definition goodness. But the character designs, I think, are ultimately very bland. The music, more often than not, is bland. The fighting mechanics are definitely lesser than its predecessors. But you can definitely see all the pores on Ryu's thumb. So that's a thing. Diego, let's see. You bought a Naomi Hamasaki CDs, which has 16 songs. Second is Rainbow, which is 15 songs. Third is Made in Japan, which has 21 songs. Cool, cool, cool. Very nice. Okay, so here's the most, just, I don't know. the stupidest boss in the hit. Like, again, playing this boss with Jeddah is fun and easy, and because Jeddah can just dash and do a super move. But then you try to play him with someone else, and the fights just take freaking forever.
Ready. Fight.
Ah, shoot, that wasn't good. So you see how, like, ridiculously slow his health goes down? So basically what you have to do is just have to do this. Oh yeah, this is always fun. So then, like, to really break up the flow of the fight, right? We have this. Wow, usually he doesn't block that early. Yeah, in case you gotta get Jet off the ground to do a super move, and then just keep spamming this attack. And then you can drain his health to the point where he doesn't have that much time to be cheap. But, you know, if he does get enough space to be cheap, it's gonna be bad. Get up. I mean, another part of the thing is with this game is I'm used to playing these games like the actual Marvel vs. Capcom games. So, I mean, I guess for people who are more used to forward button mashing, you know, this game is like excellent or stellar or something. But here's my really cool ending. Yeah, look at the effort that was put into that ending. What they did is they took the character portraits and then got a generic congratulations font and threw it on there. And I should be happy about that because they actually gave me an arcade mode. You know, like the lack of effort in single-player arcade experience in these newer games is, in my opinion, appalling. So anyway, there's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, a okay fighting game. It's something that's got a lot of... I mean, I'm sure this game took a long time to make. Like, making a video game isn't easy, you know? Like, I'm not so, like, stuck up as to say, like, oh, just make me a better game. Like, I understand people tried, and there are aspects of that game that are very good, but compared to its predecessors, it's definitely lacking. So, we're going to actually take an early trip to get some coffee, because I don't have my mug next to me. So, yeah, let's get some coffee here, and we will get some Java. So hopefully you've all been having fun watching the live stream. You've all had a good day. I know Diego went to Book Off and got some good stuff. Wolverine is here, with his Berserker Barrage and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I need to make sure. So the deadline for my comic contest, everything's got to be submitted by September 1st. Right now it is August, 8th? So I can't wait till September 1st. I mean, I definitely have to get stuff scanned and ready to go. So, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out when I should wrap this. If I could get my comic book finished by maybe like August 15th or 17th, I think I'd be in good shape. And I think I'm generally on pace to do that. So we're going to actually heat up the coffee a little bit, because this coffee is from earlier today. Still looking for that song, if it's Michael Bolton. I'm sorry, still looking for the Michael Bolton song, can't find it. You know what? So I played that song for my one of my, I guess he's technically my in-law, I don't even know. he's like my sister-in-law's ex-husband, who she's still really good friends with, and he's still part of the family. I don't know. But either way, so he's really cool, and we were talking, and I'm like, okay, you have to, like, let me know, because you're a little older than me. You might have been a little more cognizant of music in the 1980s, since I was, like, 4 or 5 in the late 1980s. So, I played the song for him. He said he thinks it's a Japanese song where someone is trying to sound like Michael Bolton or Randy Newman. But I don't know. Then other people hear it and they're like, oh no, that's definitely Michael Bolton or that's definitely Randy Newman. So I don't know. Who knows? But keep looking, man. I'm still looking. We have to get to the bottom of this. This is a video that could literally go viral, right? I mean, no one actually cares, but I care though. Like, Justin Wang, the YouTuber. He does videos like this all the time. These lost media videos. This is really tricky. I'm holding a cupcake and coffee since family was over. Hold on, let me see if I can do this here. I'm gonna balance this cupcake on my head, and then I'm going to carry this coffee into the game room, and we'll see if we can do this here. This is exciting stuff. And a strong argument for shaving your head. On the Trinitron, for some reason, we have the Portuguese translation of Star Ocean playing. This is what YouTube in its infinite wisdom decided to put into my algorithm right there. Do I have frosting on my head? No, I don't, so that's good. Alright, what do we want to play? I'm going to get Star Ocean off of here. Let's see. We could put on a shoot interview with Fran. Okay, you know what? Okay, so Rogue Drums. Let's see if you recognize this song. Probably not. Well, you know what we should do? We'll just keep playing this song until we get to the bottom of this.
ゲームボーイ専用ソフトスーパーマリオランド対戦型ベースボールケーブルをつなぐとファミコンでは味わえなかった面白さゲームボーイ専用ソフトとことん付き合える仲間がいる
Ah, that's such a pretty song. And no one knows the name of it. So, yeah. So if you know that song, let's all figure it out. I heard Dr. Disrespect started streaming again today, too. That's good. Or maybe it was a couple days ago, I think he started streaming again. Who knows? All right. By the way, Noel, if you ever go to Book Off, bring lots of cash, because you'll buy lots of Japanese stuff. I'm sure I will. I will probably spend all kinds of cash at a Book Off. One of my favorite YouTubers, Kid Show Ryuken, does a lot of videos where he goes to Book Offs, and he always has fun with that. So, yeah. All right, so we've got our cupcake here. Let's see, what do we want to play next? I think it might be interesting to play some Art of Fighting 2. Electric Boogaloo. That, in my opinion, is the hardest fighting game there is. It might be interesting just to stream it. I think I probably played it before on the stream. I don't actually remember. If I did, it would have been an early stream. My wife and son made these cupcakes. Nick, darling, how the hell are you? Cupcakes are the path to big hips, but you know what they say? Like, what do they say? I was going to try to make some joke about, like, you know, being thick with, like, 4 C's or something like that, and people liking that. And I got nothing, but incidentally, I never really understood the whole, like, liking super skinny girls thing. Not that there's anything wrong with being super skinny, but I don't understand women who want to be too skinny, because no guy likes that. You know, I've never like seen any kind of fashion magazine, or I don't know, maybe not fashion magazine. If you take a look at like something like Maxim or something, I'm not gonna get like inappropriate, but okay, like even like Playboy or something. Like, do you ever see a girl that's like severely underweight on those? It's like, no, nobody likes that. So, eat up. So I just own the heftier side of life. Yeah. That's right, Nick. You are curvaceous right there. One of the commercials that's always on Pluto TV is Curvy Style on BET Her. Like, what am I watching? Why is this on my anime program? Like, I'm glad the world is embracing curves. It's like, I guess, I mean, it's fine with me. But, I just, can't you, like, show, like, commercials for video games or something here? So, oh, anyway, that's a cupcake. And it is my gateway to Thunder Thighs. But, I hit the gym a lot, so that's good. So, anyway, we just got some coffee. I haven't seen that one. I got Pluto TV and its fantastic stuff, right? I love Pluto TV. You gotta check out Anime All Day. That's really good on Pluto TV. Toku Shotsu, which is like Shout TV's Toku Shotsu channel, like Power Rangers, Ultraman, that kind of stuff. They have like a rotating selection. The best thing they show is Jetman, but it's really, really good. They have the Baywatch channel. I mean, I'm a big fan of Baywatch. They got American Gladiators on there. They got an Impact Wrestling channel that shows a lot of their stuff from the Asylum years in the early 2000s, which is really good. They actually have MTV channels that play real music, which is nice. So I love Pluto TV. The thing I like probably most is Anime Channel will sometimes just do JoJo's Bizarre Adventure marathons. And it's like, okay, so for 2 days we're just going to show JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And it's like, great, And they have like sitcom channels and stuff. It's really good. Yeah, Pluto TV, it's just straight up free cable. And they have like an on-demand section too. They have like a real sci-fi channel. Not like, the new sci-fi channel, which is all corporate and weird. But they have like a legit sci-fi channel that has Highlander, and then they have like an on-demand section. So they have like Highlander and Highlander the Raven, which I really like to watch. I really like Highlander the Raven. I wish that it had more seasons. I like Amanda's character, and I thought that, people criticize that show. It's like, oh, it's like moonlighting with moonlighting crossed with Highlander. It's like, first of all, that's an amazing idea. Why would you criticize that? People say, oh, it's like Magnum PI with Highlander. It's like, do you realize how cool you're making things sound right now? This isn't an insult. If you have Magnum PI plus Highlander, or Moonlighting plus Highlander, how is on any plane of existence is that not ridiculously awesome? It's not. Cool. All right, so I'm going to take a sip of some coffee. And then we'll just see how far we can get in Art of Fighting 2 before I, put my head through a wall. So, yeah, the working theme we've got going here is fighting games. Again, it's something I like to play a lot on the channel. I just figured it would be fun. And again, we never limit ourselves per se to one topic, but I thought it would just be good to have a general sense of direction for the stream. So, arcade version of the Art of Fighting. Part 2. Whoop. On the PlayStation 2. No, the PlayStation 4. Art of Fighting 2 on the PlayStation 4. Although I do have Art of Fighting 2 on the PlayStation 2. Very, 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 very nice graphically. The Max 330 Mega Gear Pro spec.
Don't do it, brother. That man is our.
Man, I really like SNK's artwork on these games. Now, speaking of games you can't play like Street Fighter, but think you can, this game is one of those games. However, unlike Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's just oozing with graphical quality. I mean, is it pixelated? Yes, but that's not a bad thing. The attention to detail in those pixelations and in the levels and the music is insanely good. The problem with this is like the AI for the computer is like just literally some of the worst AI ever. It's so ridiculously cheap that it's just not even worth. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. You can't fight it normally. You have to try to be cheap all the time. So, I always like to go with Lee. I mean, there's other characters that I like too, but I think Lee tends to be pretty good. But right off the bat, we have some amazing music. I'm actually going to pan the camera back a little bit here so we can see the life bar. Now, the great thing about Art of Fighting 2 is the gigantic sprites here. And this is literally what you have to do. You just have to try to do this. And then, you know, see, I still lost, but we'll just see what happens. I mean, again, I don't know how fun this game will be for you to watch, since, again, this is a game you can't play like a normal Street Fighter game. You just have to try to psych out the AI with your speed. Pay attention to where your feet are in relation to the character. You know, like if your foot starts to cross the plane of the computer's foot, make sure you strike before that. And then you can eventually get the character. Now, definitely, I would recommend putting this on one round. I mean, I know I see people on YouTube playing this at like things like max difficulty. I don't know. I'm not bad at fighting games, but I don't know, man. I don't get how people play this game against the AI seriously and not lose their mind. But I mean, I can beat this game. I have beaten this game. I'm just saying it's not... I mean, it's not that it's not fun. It's just, it's not like a normal fighting game experience. It's a game that you have to rapidly button mash and just be quick about. Now, playing against a friend, this game's like just a normal fun fighting game, but its one-player experience is, you know, definitely a thing. But then again, you know, I mean, your struggles do ultimately kind of become a little charming. My son really likes this game. In fact, if it wasn't for Santino, I never would have beaten this game, and I never really would have figured out some of the positive aspects of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, well, gameplay-wise, this game is, I think, definitely not as good as Street Fighter 2. Graphically speaking, it's definitely better. Got him. Now, this game's always does great work with, you know, knocking masks off, getting beaten up. You see bruises as you progress during the fight. So lots of innovative graphical stuff in this game, and it does have a nice story that really prefaces the fights. And this is one of the things where Art of Fighting was definitely an industry trailblazer in, and that's really putting a good amount of story framing the fights, albeit the fights not as not as necessarily as engaging, but definitely, I mean, there's definitely a method to the madness here. And then once you figure it out, it's, you know, it's definitely not, it's enjoyable to play. It's not as enjoyable as Street Fighter, but it is enjoyable. And the fact that it's such a pretty game with such nice music makes it even more, and cool characters and cool character designs, you know, really I think makes up for some of the poor gameplay. It's kind of like the opposite of what people say about Last of Us 2, right? Really good gameplay, really horrible story. This is like really good story, and the gameplay is not horrible. It's just you're going against an insane computer AI, and if this is a fighting game, you know, you'd like to not lose your mind. But anyway, here's our bonus stage here. See if I can get it. That's good. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. We did it. Now, the good thing is, since this is an Arcade Archives game, we can play this game as much as we want. And we can just always keep trying. And there's also save states, which is super. That's actually how I beat this game the first time. So because I'm playing this on 1 round, I will get to Geese, who's the, as my son would say, the final boss. And he was so hard the first time I was playing him that I literally was just doing save states when I'd get him in any remote trouble. And that's how I beat the game the first time. And then eventually I just, you know, figured out different characters and different strategies. Check out the cool attention to detail. You have, like, Geese's henchmen watching, you know, kind of spying on you. Like, just the amount of work it would have taken to make this game, you really have to appreciate it. Because there's just so much meticulous detail with the characters in the background and the detail on the sprites and the quality of the music. It's like if they were able to actually make the gameplay as smooth as Street Fighter, this would have been the best, definitely one of the best 2D fighting games of all time. I mean, some people would call it one of the best 2D fighting games of all time, but I mean, people would, you know, definitely take it more seriously. Like, this is definitely the best 2D fighting game of all time. Now again, Diego, who just bought some Ayumi Hamasaki CDs, we've talked about this a lot before. The commercials for this game, Ayumi Hamasaki played Yuri in the live-action commercials for this game. I don't like where this is going. We got it anyway, though. I was having a hard time getting in a forward-moving rhythm, but we did it, so that's good. Another channel that's like Pluto TV, but is a little more on-demand style, is Tubi. That's really good. Tubi. And if you have a Roku, you definitely need to get Retro Crush, which has all kinds of anime, including Blue Submarine number 6, which is one of Diego's favorites that we were talking about earlier in the stream. Bring it on, clown. Art of Fighting OVA is great. I reviewed the Art of Fighting OVA for the channel, right? Peacock is only mobile or tablet right now, but it's a solid free service for on demand as well. Cool. The thing I like about Pluto TV is it's like TV. It's like literally like, okay, this is a cable service that literally plays all my favorite shows all day, all the time. The only problem I have with Retro Crush is, I don't know if it's because I'm watching it on an older TV set. So basically, I have the HDMI going to 480i component video on my Trinitron, and it looks really, really nice. And for a lot of those older animes, it's a more natural fit than the high def. And it looks really good too. And I just like having old stuff on new stuff on old stuff. I don't know. Anyway, but the commercials get really loud, like mother. Like I mean, the amount of times I've sworn if I'm like sitting in the other room drawing and want to look at the Trinitron from the other room, and let's say I want to have like I don't know, Great Teacher Onizuka or Vampire Princess Miyu or Virtua Fighter or something on Retro Crush. And I'm sitting there and it's like at a normal volume. And then all of a sudden I get this like crazy commercial for like, like some politician running for Congress or, like detox formula or something like I'm never going to support or buy you just for the fact that your commercial is making my ears bleed. Like, shut up. I lost to Muhammad Ali over here. Now, Mickey looked like a white guy in the first Art of Fighting. But then if you look at the character art for him, he looks black in the character art. And then in this game, he's clearly black. But if you like take a look at him in the first Art of Fighting, he just looks like a white guy with dreadlocks in an alley in bicycle shorts, and his fighting stance is different too. Like in this game, he fights more like Muhammad Ali, and in the other game, he fights more like Mike Tyson. Did that get him? Yes. So the key in this game too is know how to do your special moves and know how to time it. Like, know that cheap, forward pressure jab, and then know how to pepper that with some special moves. Ryo can be a bit of a bitch, so we'll see how that goes. He's for some reason fighting in a barn. Sometimes I question SNK's English translations here. Like, they just seem kind of comedically awkward sometimes. Like, what are you talking about? The worst one is the first Savage Rain. Yes! I really wanted to get him down because the more you fight him, the trickier he gets. Like, if he starts working that 100-hand slap, it's going to get really annoying. We've got YouTube playing in the background, and they've got Japanese commercials for a Nintendo 64. Interesting stuff. What do we got here? Oh, crap. Temjin. This guy can be a real pain. So if you get a Vizio TV, it just comes with Pluto, which is cool. I mean, that's how I found out about Pluto. I upgraded my TV. So I wanted to have a good high-def TV in the game room, and it came with Pluto. And I was like, holy crap, this is too good to be true. Ah! Yeah, Temjin can start to get really annoying. He's made me give up before. I'm like, I'm done playing this game because he'll just get so annoying. But hopefully that won't happen here. The thing with this game is, like, the more you try, the harder the computer gets, which is not good. Darn it! Every time it's like, oh, his health is low, I'm gonna go for my special move, and then he like hits me with something, and then I'm afraid again. The more I'm gonna try this, the more the computer's gonna be like, oh, here's his move pattern. Let me start inputting stuff. See, what I'm doing is like I'm just like watching my feet. It's like when I kind of enter in a certain frame here, which is like real fighting. You know, you just got to watch your distance. There we go. I mean, it's one good thing about fighting games is like they definitely understand good. You know, when you start getting good fighting mechanics turned into a game, and you're able to kind of smoothly interact with that, it's good stuff. Let's see if this works here. Yeah, I got it. Well, we've done well on our spirit training here. We had a success training. Good deal. All right, good deal. It's Mr. Karate. So are you guys good with me just like streaming whenever I want? You know, I mean, I try to have a general sense, but I mean, like, you know, so I mean, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll start streaming somewhere time between like 9 and 10. Oh, crap. I mean, I just don't have the flexibility to, you know, necessarily always have like a set schedule, but come on. But, you know, if like some time is preferable for you guys or something like that, I can try to accommodate that. I mean, I just do this because I think it's fun, you know. I'm not too hung up on anything other than just having fun. But at the same time, you know, if I can accommodate my viewers, I'm happy to do that. Darn it! I wonder if that's a young Rico Rodriguez back there from Garo, Mark of the Wolves. That's a game we should play on the stream. I don't know if we've ever played Garo on the stream. So I think it's going to be next on the docket right there. Try to just eat that 100 hands. So we're almost done with this game, too. And now, like, Takuma's being a freaking pain. Darn it. 9:45 is good. 10:30 and later becomes tough because of work and church. Gotcha. I mean, I figure, like, closer to 9:30 is good. Then, like, I don't know. Like, I was looking at the viewer count for, like, 2 streams ago. We did, like 67 viewers. Which, that's a lot of viewers for one stream, like, 1 or 2 days in. Normally, I, you know, end up maxing out at like 20 or 30, you know, but I got like double that in like a day. So I don't know what was going on with that. Unless people just really wanted to see me play Sonic. Which is cool, you know, I mean, Sonic's... I mean, unless a lot of that was my students, I do tend to go on about Sonic quite a bit. But yeah, I'll try to aim for 9:30 if I can. Sometimes I'll start streaming, I'll want to stream at a certain time, and then, you know, I don't know, like, technical difficulties, or, you know, Santino won't sleep, or something like that, you know? Ugh. I don't know if we're going to beat this game. We'll try, though. We won't give up. Until we do. Because this game can literally get insane. Like, SNK, you know, their whole thing is like, look, Our video games are going to cost $200. So we're going to make them as hard as possible. Okay. Thanks for that. And there's some people who like hard video games. I just want fun. Like, if it's hard and it's fun, I don't care. If it's easy and it's fun, I don't care. I want to have a good time playing a video game. Darn it. He broke my mask, too. Alright, we'll give it, like, 5 more tries. King is another character I'm pretty good with on this game. But I would say I'm probably best with Lee. I'm good with Mickey, too. The boxer. He's got nice reach. Mickey's got good reach. Lee's got good speed. King's got a good balance. Yes! Alright, we got him. And special moves on this game really do some hefty damage. Come on, baby. It's King. Yeah, King's definitely a cool character, you know. She was she'd like disguise her, like try to hide her femininity, and then you'd like beat her, and you'd like knock open her shirt, and it'd be this bright pink bra. Oh man, we almost had her. King definitely is a nice fixture in the King of Fighters, which essentially has the same storyline as Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting. They just don't have a gap in terms of the years that the games take place, because Street Fighter Alpha is in many ways kind of an Art of Fighting, I don't want to say knockoff, but it definitely is inspired by Art of Fighting in the sense of being a prequel. Art of Fighting is a prequel to Fatal Fury. So, Street Fighter Alpha is a prequel to Street Fighter 2, and in King of Fighters, it all just takes place in generally the same time. But it's interesting, if you play like a later Fatal Fury, if you play like Fatal Fury Wild Ambition, they have Ryo older. Like, he's become the new Mr. Karate, because the game's supposed to take place, I think, like 10 years afterward. Wow, that was terrible. Went from, like, almost beating her to just completely getting our ass kicked. So that's a thing. Got her. All right. My son always calls Lee Chinese Vega. It's like, oh, he's like Vega. Chinese Vega. And it's true. Piston Takahashi, creator of Street Fighter, makes the Art of Fighting, and then uses a lot of the Street Fighter 2 tropes and kind of, and then has kind of a return of the characters he made in Street Fighter in his own games. You know, like he turns like a Don into Joe Higashi. So here's Mr. Big striking a blow for bald men everywhere. Darn it, we almost had him. The power of my pole is positively preposterous. Who is writing these translations here? It's like in Japan there was probably some kind of like word pun or something, and so I don't know. Ah, it wasn't good. If we beat him, we get the Geese. And this is like early Geese. He's got a mullet. And has really cool music. Then that Geese came back in King of Fighters Neo Wave. You're not worth my disgust, is what he would say in that game. Get on him, man. Got him. Alright. Geese time. Now, here comes the fun. Because, as you can imagine, the final boss in a notoriously difficult fighting game is going to just be a walk in the park. Or it's going to be a rage quit. But either way, you get to see some nice story here. Oh, look, it's the police commissioner. I love all the really cool references to like 80s action movie tropes in this game. You know, like the crooked cop, the evil police commissioner. And we're gonna fight him on a great big skyscraper. I am an American, speak English. Why am I here? Why are any of us here, really? It's all a mystery to me. But I do like your style. Good, I'll show you more while I waltz on your belly. Hee hee. Here we go. Bust off. And there's Geese. Diabo. And that's just how cheap the final boss of this game is. I'm gonna mix it up a little here. Mickey Rogers, swell. Who are you, Duckface? That's a Gooseface, relax. My name is Geese Howard. Help in becoming the king in the realm of boxing, how about it? Thanks a lot, Goose. But I'm a rebel, a lone something or other. So Mickey's gonna go it on his own. Man! So it's interesting with Japanese games because, you know, any clearly spoken English is attractive, right? So for us to have like a tough black box, you go like, oh, like that doesn't sound right. But for like in Japan, it's like, oh, it's American. And they're going, oh. And man, Lee cannot take two of those combos in a row. Like he just like runs up and does that and I'm done. Oh, you know who I'm really good with is Mr. Big. Come on, Yellow Belly. Alright, time to get serious here. It's like collapse in a heap. Alright, buddy. He's actually got a pretty funny dialogue with Geese. Big guy can't allow this. Independent behavior. In my town now, I must ask you to take a trip. Your town, after all I did for you, washing your car, your dog, why, you... Alright, let's get to it. Darn it. Man, I can't get anything going here. Diabo. He's such a bitch. Like, pardon my language, but what the freak, man? It's like 2 moves and you're done. But soft. That's gonna do it. If you beat the game with Lee, he cures hemorrhoids. Like, that's literally his ending. Darn it. Got him! We beat the game. Hell yeah! And that, my friends, is how you beat Art of Fighting. The most difficult fighting game ever. Albeit on difficulty 1 with 1 round, but still, that is damn good. And we have video evidence that I just did it. Now let's enjoy our very cool ending here as I narrate it. I've lost this time, but I will be back. For now, my farewell. Leaving so soon? Wait! Mr. Geese, we are entering Japanese airspace. I see. How goes Southtown? Everything is going as planned, just F-A-B-B-I-G. Tell me more, don't spell it out. Oh, whoops. Anyway, it seems that Jeff Bogard is checking up on you and your actions. We don't know who this guy is. Take care of him. Rub him out. Rub him off. God. Out, you twit! Kill him and get me in control of Southtown. I have invested too much in this to see my plans ended. The city will be mine. My days of battle are over. Time to return to my profession. For now, I will work on a cure for the world's greatest problem. Problem so boggling, so perplexing. Pai Long cures hemorrhoids. So he's retired his mask. Now, the other thing, too, is, like, this game is so difficult. Like, SNK really gives you your money's worth. They had these great endings here that are really comedic. So you definitely want to sit through and savor all the... Santino and I always laugh. Santino says, like, did Temjin get hit by a car? Like, yes, he did. You know, Yuri, I really like her. She just doesn't seem to like bald men, which, you know, it's all in Mr. Big's approach. I'm sure if he just had a better way of approaching her, you know, it would be good. But Mickey also doesn't like her singing, so there's that, so... This is always a funny one, too. Go home. A father and son bonding moment here. Kogotikino. So it was weird. They gave the Mr. Karate like gray hair in the first Art of Fighting, but they decided to give Takuma darker hair. I don't know if they wanted to make him look like Sonny Chiba or something, but I don't know. Yuri not happy about Robert flirting with King. This game also really does a great job originating the giant energy blasts in fighting games, which really laid the foundation for the Shinku Hadoken. Oh, there's that horsey in the background there. It's always nice in Art of Fighting 3 how kind of implied how Robert and Yuri got married. Game over. All right, we did it. We beat Art of Fighting 2. Hell yeah. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay, what do we want to play right now? How about we play some Real Bout Fatal Fury? Let's play some Samurai Showdown 6. No, you know what I said? We're going to play some Garo. So we're going to play some Mark of the Wolves here. How do I want to do this? What do we want to play? We got Garo on the Neo Geo Mini, and we've got it on the Xbox. Let's play it on the Xbox just because we'll just play it on the big TV. The Neo Geo Mini I've got on the Gateway monitor. So, well done, PlayStation. Thank you for your... Oh, no. You know what? This is PlayStation 4. So I'll actually turn off the PlayStation 4. I accidentally turned on the PlayStation 3 because we were playing the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3's got a lot of good games downloaded on it, including the Simpsons arcade game, which could be pretty fun to play. So we got Simpsons Arcade and X-Men on this console. But I said we were going to play Garo, so we'll play some Mark of the Wolves. And then if we really want, we can go back and play some Simpsons Arcade. That's a good game. Thankfully, you can't lose on it, because you get infinite credits. So, we'll plug in our Xbox 360. And we'll grab our Xbox 360 controller. Oh, please tell me the batteries work in this. Maybe not that controller. Let me try this controller. Yep, there we go. Just had to grab a different controller. Xbox 360 is a very underrated console. I thoroughly enjoy my Xbox 360. And hopefully it stays working. My white Xbox 360, the disk drive stopped working on it. Is the volume low on this or something for some reason? Why is there no volume on this? I should be hearing like clicky sounds like boing, boing, boing. Where's Garo on here? Excella. KOF 90... Sorry, KOF 02. That's a good game. We played Sonic 1. We played Sonic 4. I'm sorry. Blah, I'm already tripping over my words. Sonic 4 Episode 1. We played Sonic 4 Episode 2 last time. Where's Garo? I've got... Oh, here it is. Yeah, something's off here. I don't know what's going on. Why is there no volume on this? Hang on, we're gonna turn this off and turn it back on. That's what Daddy Pig on Peppa Pig always does. Turn it off. Then turn it back on again. So we know the more people I know actually owned a 360 over a PS3. I never owned a 360 due to the Red Ring of Death. I thankfully never got that ring. Again, the only problem I had with my white 360 was that my disk drive just stopped working on it. The games in it all worked fine. Although I haven't played this 360 in a minute. So hopefully it's all doing well. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why there's no audio on this. Yeah, that's not good. I've got an HDMI cord going in this too, so I have no idea. Maybe if I pull the cord out and pull it back in, we'll be okay. Hold on. Son of a gun. I've got the console vertical. Oh, you know what I bet it is? The cord... Maybe the cord isn't in enough. I just tried to pull the console forward and the cord slipped out. Oh, come on. Sorry, gang. Hold on. Try it now. There we go. I think the cord wasn't in far enough, so problem solved. Now we can play some Mark of the Wolves. So, I'm sure I told you guys the story. The reason I got an Xbox One was because I was trying to get something to play my Xbox 360 games on. But, the Xbox One I got at GameStop did not work. I got a used one. So then I just went back and bought a new one. I'm done buying used consoles from GameStop because that was originally I tried to buy a used Xbox 360 and the fan on it was so insanely loud I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't even hear the freaking game. The fan was so loud on it. So then I went back and got a used Xbox One and that had a clicking sound on it that wouldn't stop. So I just bought a new one. And then what I did was actually went to a local swap shop. And I got a Xbox 360 that works perfectly. So after loading all of my games onto it that I'd previously downloaded, we're back in business. So this game, I think, is... fairly inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 5, which is about which is about Dio's son, Giorno Giovanna. And this game's protagonist is Rock Howard, the son of Geese Howard, and he kind of looks a bit like Giorno Giovanna, in the sense that he's kind of slender with blonde hair. His dad is the, evil big boss, but he's a good person himself. So, yeah. But we're going to be Terry. Terry gets a cool makeover in this game. Wearing the bomber jacket and the jeans. As opposed to his usual trucker style. He's got a haircut. So Terry's definitely aged. But still is a cool, tough guy. So this game is basically SNK's answer to Street Fighter 3. And while Street Fighter 3 has got more, movie quality cinematic animation, the amount of detail on these sprites is insane. And the levels, the art design, the smooth gameplay, the stylish music really make Mark of the Wolves arguably better than Street Fighter 3. I don't know if I would say that, but you can make a strong case for it. Wow, triple S. And I mean, keep in mind, like, I don't know, the quality of animation on these things. This console came out in 1990. What you're seeing is, I mean, it's playing on the Xbox 360, but this is a port of a game that was running on hardware from 1990. Stand up. I believe this is the game that also introduced us to the Buster Wolf. Are you okay, Buster Wolf? That friend who called himself Buster, I always said that to him. This game also does a better job than Street Fighter 3 of really being a next generation game. I mean, if you ask me what do I like better, Street Fighter 3 or this game, I would say Street Fighter 3, but it's really close. And this game is just got so much working for it. I mean, it's really in a league all by itself because it's just very unique, you know. Like it's almost kind of, you almost shouldn't compare it to other games because it does what it does and does it very, 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 very well.
Get serious. Round one. Fight.
Game looks absolutely great on the Xbox 360 in all its pixelated glory. You know, you can put filters on it if you want, but I just want the crisp, raw visuals. Nice wallpaper, too, you get in the margins. I mean, unlike Art of Fighting 2, where you just have to kind of dash and punch and kind of out-cheap the AI. This game, it's just, fight, do your moves, choose what you want, look for openings, You don't have to worry about the computer AI being a freaking moron to you. Now, I mean, obviously when you get to bosses, SNK bosses are giant pains in the neck. Here we go. Are you okay? Buster Wolf! Now this game actually is made to have it's almost like it looks like it should have a sequel at the end. And it doesn't, which is kind of disappointing. Like, this is the last Fatal Fury game. Now, T-Zoc was called Griffin in the Japanese version. I don't know why they changed his name. Now, keeping with other SNK games, this game has a hidden boss. Geese's brother-in-law, Kane, and the normal boss is Grant. So if you're a conspiracy theorist, could say is like Geese with no memory, but that's just not the case. Actually, no one's ever said that theory but me, but Grant and Geese do look alike, but he wears a mask and acts just kind of crazy. It is kind of a common device that happens in a lot of these like fighting games and RPGs. Like, here's a character that we're just like, we don't have a lot of backstory on, so maybe it's this character, or is it? There we go. Here we go. Sometimes I put this game on the Neo Geo Arcade Mini. So if you don't have any, other copies of this game, I mean, actually, you usually just get the Neo Geo Arcade Mini because it's a nice little console. It's got a lot of great games on it. People really want to complain about the analog stick not having micro switches. It would be nice if it had micro switches, but it really, I don't think, is a deal breaker. Like, I've heard people, you can play these games a million different ways. Plus, it doesn't have micro switches. It's like, all right, but none of these other consoles have micro switches either. Like the only thing that's going to have a micro switch is a Neo Geo itself, or an arcade cabinet. So, But yeah, get the Neo Geo Mini. It's good stuff. It's got Mark of the Wolves. It's got Blazing Star. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, those games alone are really, really good. And then you get, you get Real Bouts, King of Fighters. You get the shmups, you get the sports. It's got a really good sample of games. And then for whatever reason, if you want to just, I don't know, you can either play it in your lap or, with a little arcade screen, or you can, play it on the big screen. Either way, it's good stuff. And then you can get your own controller for it. It's a really nice little mini console. Now, I'll tell you that unless you have a really, I have a really nice hookup with a CRT, like a high resolution CRT for that, so the games look really good. If you're just kind of throwing it on a high def screen, I mean, the quality of the graphics are not going to look as good as what you're seeing here on the Xbox. They're not going to look as good as what you see on Nintendo's offerings with their mini consoles, or either Sega's or Konami's with the TurboGrafx PC Engine Mini. But if you get that the Neo Geo doesn't look bad by any means. It just looks a little drab, on a high def TV. But if you put it on a CRT screen with some kind of like CRT converter to CRT to VGA or CRT to S video or something like that, you're going to get a really nice looking picture that's going to look as good as, plugging in your Neo Geo. Now, the Neo Geo is kind of weird because, its RGB for a lot of the models was not very good. Like, the RGB looked kind of like composite video, which, again, composite video is not always the worst thing in the world, but, honestly, like, I have a modded Neo Geo, and I hook it up through S video because the S video looks better than the RGB, which is really weird, but I have it hooked up through S video to my Commodore 64 1084S. It looks great. You hook it up to a PVM, it's like, it looks good, but it actually doesn't look quite as sharp. There's Rock. He fights like a combination of Terry and Geese, which is super cool. This would be like if Jotaro raised Giorno. Which actually, someone's got to make a fan fiction about that, Yeah, watch JoJo. Actually, maybe we should play some JoJo after this. Playing some fighters. And some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I got him. Alright. Still tough, huh? Still the champ. Semifinals and you're not tired at all. Sorry, Rock, but don't worry. I'll find your mother. Don't worry, brother. I'm no Oedipus. Okay. Here comes Grant, the Martyr of Might. Now, if you beat him under certain scenarios, you'll get to the boss after him. If you don't beat him with the right scenarios, you'll just get credits. You get some small dialogue and some credits. Man, SNK really blew a lot of their budget on foot veins. We're going to spare no expense on our foot veins.
Round one.
Oof, this is such a pretty game. I mean, the cartridge for this on the AES has got to be an insane amount of money. Well, that'll earn us some points. Stand up. Come on. Ugh, not looking good. Alright, final round. It's time to separate the men from the boys. Just be careful Chong Li doesn't separate your head from your body. Be careful. And stay away from his swide leg. I think he says right leg, but it always sounds like he says swide leg. The hell is a swide leg? Damn it! Alright, let's see if I did well enough to get to the final boss. What kind of freak are you? Don't you ever let up? Yeah, I did! I got to the final boss. I'd love to, but my enemies just won't leave me alone. I hear ya. Goodbye, Legendary One. Farewell, Kane. To think, Grant lost. So the legend really was true. Or maybe... You must be Kane. Why this competition? To meet the killer of geese, my dear brother-in-law. Geese, who are you? Don't get me wrong. I'm asking you to join me. Life is simply winning everyday battles. Isn't it? Those who simply ride it out have no right to live. I don't know about that. No one's an island, pal. Didn't expect a pinhead cliche like that from you. I thought you were different.
Round one.
Let's get to it. Man, you look at this game and the fluidity and smoothness of the animation coupled with that just really, I mean, like the Neo Geo, they were able to just do a lot with atmosphere. They knew how to work within the confines of the 1990 hardware and then push it to degrees which you didn't think possible. Now, if you're comparing this just to like a polygonal game or something out of Capcom's newer hardware, newer arcade hardware, it might not look as impressive, but the fact that they're able to push it into the league of those things is interesting, and then do things, with those limitations that are unique and those other formats don't do. Damn it. Damn it, come on. Darn it. A wolf with no fangs. I'm disappointed. Continue. Don't mind if I do. Alright. I don't know what his last name is. Is it Kine R. Heinreich? What did he say?
Get serious. Round one. Fight.
Come on, get serious. We're in chip damage territory here. Stand up. Go for the jab. Sweep the leg! Don't do as Cobra Kai has taught you. Ah, man! And try to sit on that Buster Wolf until we absolutely need it. Damn it! He countered it. Getting bitchy here. Damn it, man! One of those final bosses that gets really cheap right before he's gonna lose. Let's try that formula one more time and see if it works. Sorry again if any of my language was inappropriate in any way, shape, or form. Well, this isn't going as well. Kine R. Heinlein. That's his name. We could also just try to shave into his HP. That's one of the difficulty accommodations you can get. Alright, got him. Yet again, going to a final round here. Dude, what the freak? Man! Well, that's no good at all. How are we doing out there in viewer land? Everyone there? Everyone enjoying the stream, enjoying yourselves? Have you passed out from boredom? I should have done the 1/4 accommodation, but what the heck? Let's go again. I just hit A. That's kind of the normal thing you just are used to hitting when you want to progress games, at least in the States. You know, usually it's the B button position on the Xbox controller. In Japan, that was the position of the circle of the PlayStation in Japan. Wow, being super cheap here. I tried to get cute there. That didn't work out well at all. There we go. Alright, one more round. We keep going to that 3-round fight here. Epic battle here. Man, he keeps using that freaking parrying backwards. Ugh. Ah! Thud. Alright, let's go to 1/4 difficulty. Someone, if comment, I'm hoping comments are working. I mean, again, I never care if you guys don't want to comment. I'm just always concerned about the hardware of the, or not hardware, of the software of Prism or the hardware of my phone. Because it's happened before that comments just stop working. So if comments are, just, if you want to throw up a comment, just to let me know that everything's still working properly. And if it's not working properly, just enjoy the stream and enjoy my hilarious and nonsensical commentary as we attempt to beat this fantastic game. So close, we're so close! We beat the game. Alright. Terry the Legendary Wolf, you're as good as I thought. Now, you can't live by strength alone. Heh, no one needs compassion. But it's something or other, I don't know. A wolf like you, this is all going too fast, so. Oh no, Geese's wife. Hey, you heard the rumor? This city's really going to declare independence? Doesn't matter anyway, our lives won't change any. Terry, I don't know anymore what Kane tried to do. Excuse me, lady. This is all, like, the text is going too fast here. I love this town. But... Hey, Terry! Let's play basketball. Okay. Man, really beautiful ending right there. Now, let's just sit back. You can't believe it, man. We beat Art of Fighting 2 and Garo. 2 really good SNK games. And we beat Garo with a good ending, too. So, good stuff. Uh-oh, I'm not seeing any comments. So I'm wondering if comments are not working anymore. If comments aren't working, I'll just go back and take a look at them and do a response video. We have been streaming for almost 2 hours, though, so... Oof, nice music. Really gives you the feels in a good way. Not like the feels like I shouldn't have put asparagus in that smoothie. Don't ever put asparagus in a smoothie, it won't end well. Sympathy for the Wolf's Bane. Sunset Again is the ending theme. Man, they really need to try to get Duran Duran to do the soundtrack on a Fatal Fury game. I mean, and the soundtrack needs to just be various remixes of Hungry Like the Wolf, because, that'd be awesome. Game over. Great stuff. We got time for one more game. It doesn't. It looks like comments aren't working or no one's commenting. Either way, that's fine. We'll do one more game and then we'll call it a wrap. We've been streaming for about 2 hours. So, if you are able to comment, tell me what game you want. If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll play some JoJo, Darkstalkers Resurrection, maybe some DOA 4. I did say maybe some Simpsons, but that might be better for a beat-em-up theme. The HD remix of Street Fighter. That could be interesting. I know we've played KOF 2002 on this stream. I don't know if we've ever played Samurai Showdown 2. That's a good one. That's pretty hard. Puzzle Fighter HD, The Mega Man 9. Why don't we do some... We always do Darkstalkers, though. Let's do some DOA 4. Rogue Drums is always a fan of DOA. I'm a big proponent of the look and feel of DOA 4. I think DOA 4 is the last truly visually stunning Dead or Alive. DOA 6 looks really good, but I don't know. DOA 4 has that DOA 2 art style, but like glossier, you know? Team Ninja. Going through withdrawals. I haven't ordered an obscure Japanese RPG off of Etsy in a week. Starting to get the shakes, thinking about how I need a white cartridge copy of Dragon Quest V on the Super Famicom. In English, of course. Yeah, we're gonna be Kasumi. Oh, that's right. I haven't put my save data in from the old Xbox. So we're lacking some costumes, but that's fine. Yeah, this game looks fantastic on this TV. Dude, come on. I honestly think the DOA series went downhill after it stopped being exclusive to Xbox. I really think it was at its high point. Well, when it was on the Dreamcast, that was a really big deal. But there was a period where, like, DOA 2 was, like, the Xbox fighting game. Not DOA 2. Well, yes, DOA 2. Thanks to Rogue Drums, we've got DOA 2 Ultimate. But, like, when it was exclusive to Xbox, it was like, this was the Japanese Xbox's flex, you know? Like, we got the prettiest girls and one of the most visually impressive fighting games that's really unique in terms of its look and its gameplay, and it's fun and it's pretty. So, yeah, good stuff. And I just think the game lost its artistic flair and its uniqueness once you got to like DOA 5, and DOA 6 is just a money pit. But I mean, DOA 5 is good, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I don't know, I just don't think I don't like the character designs as much on DOA 5. I like the game, you know, I don't hate it or anything like that, but I think DOA 4 is the last really special Dead or Alive, at least as of right now. Like DOA 6, you know, the lack of a tag mode, and no arcade mode, so to speak, is just really annoying. I mean, I can't remember if DOA 6 has an arcade mode. If it doesn't, I'm forgetting. But I just remember, like, playing DOA 6, and there's just this really long-winded story mode that was not bad at all. I mean, I played through it. I liked playing through it. But I much prefer how this game is, where it's like you have an arcade mode with story framing the fights.
これ以上私何も望まない。ドアテックなんてどうでもいいよ。里へ帰ろう。みんなを連れて。里を捨てた抜け人が。何を今さら。早く先をお急ぎください。兄さん Get ready, fight!
I always love those sassy stares they'd give at each other. The levels in these games, I mean, like, the amount of ripple of water I am seeing on this is so much better than the amount of pores I was seeing on Ryu's thumb in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This game looks way better than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I mean, it's not even freaking close.
You learn.
See, this is the thing. When you look at this game, it's like you don't need to see the pores on all these characters. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, the softness of the female form and how, you know, nice they make it look in this game. And then adding all the shadows and, you know, just details in ways that accentuate what they're going for. I mean, it really, it in a lot of ways shows you how graphics more or less plateaued on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 generation. But, I mean, obviously you get games that push things farther and, you know, still look nice. I'm not saying, like, don't make new consoles. I'm just saying, you know, in many ways, things pretty much plateaued at this point, because how much better can you really make this stuff look? I mean, I'm sure someone will find a way to make something that just blows us away visually, but, I mean, I'm not really into hologram gaming, you know, and I think that'd probably be, like, the next logical step. Like, I don't like VR. I mean, I don't dislike VR, but, like, I've played games in VR, and, you know, they're okay. They're cool. I mean, like, my friend brought over a VR headset one time, and I had a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, you get kind of dizzy with it. But I don't know, man. I just like holding a controller and having a big TV or a nice monitor with a sharp picture, you know. Tina, Brooke Hogan. I'm still very upset that Brooke Hogan and Hulk Hogan did not play Tina and Bass. I will say that until it happens. This needs to happen. I heard a rumor that WWF is trying to do a new NWO with John Cena and Hulk Hogan. That, my friends, might actually pull that company out of the toilet. Because freaking WWE is absolutely unwatchable right now. I mean, it is really bad. I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't watched WWE since WrestleMania, and I thought WrestleMania was horrendous. And it's not that there's no fans. It's just bad. The writing's not good. I don't like any of the characters, you know. I don't like it, you know. Like, it's not engaging. There's no one I aspire to be or identify with on WWE outside of Cesaro, and he's just not interestingly presented, you know. At least in my opinion. I mean, I like AJ Styles. I think he's cool as hell. I don't know. I'm just not into it. But I love AEW. I was so happy to see Eric Bischoff back on AEW. I know he's saying it's a one-shot deal, but I hope that's not the case. I hope he's just saying that to, you know, build anticipation, or, you know, just have a surprise, or, you know, maybe he's helping him on the down low. Who knows? But either way, Eric Bischoff back on TNT, you know, working with the WCW successor company is what should be happening here. And, you know, maybe, and it's like, you know, he's older, he's wiser, he can get a second chance to, you know, correct some of those mistakes and improve upon some of those accomplishments. Of course, without Hogan, it's going to be, I don't know. The weird thing is that, like, the NWO, Hogan wants to retire with the WWF, understandably. because that's where he built his name and really made professional wrestling a huge pop culture phenomenon, the likes of which has never been seen before. And the NWO, they're all friends with Triple H, who are running NXT, which is AEW's direct competition. But, I mean, I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy watching AEW. I know people like Disco Inferno and Conan will, kind of criticize it for being too much of an indie wrestling style with matches that are really, really long. But, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the matches. I like the characters. I love hearing Tony Schiavone talk. I love the references to WCW. I look forward to it every week. I would put the belt on Kenny Omega, like, yesterday, though. Like, Kenny Omega needs to be their heavyweight champ. I don't, dislike Jon Moxley at all, but I think he would be better suited as a heel. I think he's kind of boring as their champ. He's not unenjoyable, but I think Jericho is a lot more entertaining as the heavyweight champ. And I know that MJF is going to go up against Moxley pretty soon. I think they're going to fight next week, or this Wednesday, I should say. And I'm actually really hoping MJF wins because it would be really interesting to put the belt on a non-WWE guy. Put him on a homegrown guy who's one of the best talkers there is. Ooh, the plot thickens. Here no match for Kasumi and the Ninja Gaiden. The ninja side story. Here no match for Hayate, the ninja side story. Come on, come on. Counter that stuff. Oof. This game is all powerful women and they all look super sexy. I don't understand why they think video games that have women now have to spite the male gaze. We're gonna make this woman as ugly as possible and call it empowerment. Okay. You say so. I just don't care. I just don't have time for... I don't have time for, liberal emotional hysterics. I'm done with it. I've never had time for it. And, I mean, the thing is, when I was in college, and I still am to a large extent, pretty radical in terms of some of my thinking. I mean, I've never been, violent radical, but I would like the socioeconomic order to reflect the working class in social justice. Not social justice in the sense of identity politics. Social justice in the sense that the masses are not alienated from economic and social power. And, I'd like to have a society built on ethics and the interests of the ethical lowly as opposed to, having a plutocracy, right? Rule of the wealthy. That's what I want. All this crazy identity politics and I'm not getting my way and, just kind of insane conspiratorial hyperbole about, the president, whether it's, Trump or Obama. The thing is, I remember, I had a handful of friends that thought Obama was a Maoist. I mean, that's, incredibly stupid. In fact, he's the exact opposite of a Maoist. He's a neoliberal darling. And then I've got all these other lunatics that, I'll, hear things say, Trump's a neo-Nazi or something like that. It's people, just freaking stop. The U.S. economic system is actually pretty stable. If you, take a look at history, there's a ton of continuity to U.S., economic and imperial policy. And there's a lot of good that, people in the U.S. live with. Unprecedented standards of living and prosperity. But at the same time, there's a lot of unethical things that the government does and its leader does, regardless of what party it is. And, having these crazy conspiracy theories and, vitriolic hysterics when you don't get your way, I can't freaking stand the idea that it's oh, I don't like who's in charge, and so therefore they're setting a tone I don't like, therefore I'm just going to act worse, as I fall down the stairs here. Gone with the Wind style. Which, You know, that's a movie right there. I never liked Gone with the Wind. I always used to tease my mom that movie was racist because she loved it, and now everyone's like, you know, cancel Gone with the Wind. Think should cancel Gone with the Wind because it's 7 hours long and it's a sappy love story. You don't have to cancel Gone with the Wind because it shows you know, a Southern perspective to the Civil War. I mean, I think like having good academic debates about the Civil War or other points in history are good and important. But politicizing it just to like, I'm going to silence my opposition, I can't stand that. You know, if you don't want it done to yourself, don't do it to other people. Just freaking stop. Like, Peppa Pig is operating at a higher philosophical and ethical function than most political discourse in this country, particularly coming out of the Democratic Party, which is just completely hysterical. And then the Republicans are just crazy greedy. And so, yeah, that's... and you know, everyone just wants a third-party option, and it's just hard to get because the system is rigged for two parties, so there's my political rant for the evening. You know, it's controversy. But, I mean, like, listen, like, I mean, regardless of your political views, like, you know, just have a good, honest discussion, and whatever your persuasion is, try to make sure you're living according to your own beliefs. Make sure you apply the standards you're applying to others to yourself, and try to build on common ground with a whole range of people, and know what you believe and why you believe it, and the whole idea of, like, oh, we can't be friends because you think this way. That is the stupidest... Like, you shouldn't be hanging out with people doing destructive things, but if someone has, like, a different... And by destructive things, I mean, like, drug use or violence, you know? But if someone's like, oh, I think this political view is dangerous, therefore we can't be friends. Like, you don't have to agree with anyone on anything, but, you know, you need to respect other people as human beings, because they are human beings. Just, like, the amount of fanaticism that has just gripped people in response to not getting their way politically in this country is just, I don't know. It's nothing I've ever seen in my lifetime up until now. You know, and it's like, you know, you never thought that the so-called educated, you know, liberals would take this path, but actually you did, but you didn't think they would. But anyway, I digress. I'm fighting a naked, translucent version of myself, which is fantastic. To make a Simpsons joke about an oxygen tent and sexual powers, but I won't. Actually, I just did. So, this is what happens when the comments stop. Oh, you're back. Cool. All right. The comments are back alive. Well done. You missed so we're playing Dead or Alive. And I'm at the final boss. I went on a crazy political rant, imploring people for some kind of sanity, while at the same time venting my frustrations about various perspectives. And yeah, there's that. And we've just been playing Dead or Alive. We beat Mark of the Wolves, got the good ending. We beat Art of Fighting 2, got the good ending. So we've just been plowing through the fighting games and getting the good endings right now. And, I mean, the comments were not happening, you know, because apparently, like, no one was commenting, which is fine. I don't care. I just want to know that it's working. So I was thinking, it's like, oh, this will probably be the last game we play. But now that, you know, comments are back, maybe we'll, you know, play another one. We've been streaming for about 2 hours. So, you know, there's, you know, we should probably wrap it up pretty soon anyway. You know, we've been streaming the length of a major motion picture, but we can definitely, you know, play a little more, too. So we're, should be playing DOA 2. Yeah, playing DOA 4, because we played Mark of the Wolves on the 360. And, so yeah, that's what we're doing. I was a little concerned, because we actually hooked the 360 up and there was no sound, and I looked on the back and the HDMI cord wasn't all the way in, so we troubleshot that problem. I was saying earlier how DOA 4 is I think the last truly great Dead or Alive. Because while 5 is a good game, and 6 is a very graphically impressive game, this is the game that I think really has the most. It's got the prettiest. I think the characters look the prettiest. The girls have that softness. There's a kind of a round anime comic book style to everything, and the 3D CG graphics are just very, very well crafted in terms of light and shadow and form and fan service and levels, and it's a very pretty game with a very unique feel. And I think that Dead or Alive, once it left the Xbox as an exclusive, was never quite as good. Same thing kind of happened with Sonic, Sonic Mania was amazing, but we beat the game. Ending time. Ooh, dolphins. Uh-oh, Santino's up. Maybe we should wrap up the live stream. This Little Mermaid reboot is awesome. Look at that, you have actual endings in video games at this point in time. It was all a dream. Remember when video games weren't freaking out about this kind of stuff? Noel remembers. And so does Wilfred Brimley. Alright. I don't know. Should we play one more game or should we wrap it up? I'll throw it to the crowd here. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 13 minutes. We've done very well on all of our games. So I don't know. If I will throw it to the audience. If you want to do another game, we can do it. One more game. Okay. Any suggestions? We can. The theme we've got working here is fighting games. Surprisingly, right? Because I never play fighting games. We can do a fighting game on the Xbox 360. We can play some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the PlayStation 3. We could, I know that you're always partial to Dead or Alive 2, which is amazing. We could play some King of Fighters. We could do some HD Street Fighter. Ooh, I know what we can play. I know what we're going to play. We're going to play, okay, so I think it would be interesting for us to revisit one of my all-time favorite 3D games, and that is Tekken Tag 2. So we're going to power off the Xbox 360, and we'll swap the HDMI cord, and we'll take a run at Tekken Tag 2, and then that'll be it for the evening. Okay. The HDMI cord that I use for these consoles is gigantic. Okay, there we go. So apparently the last game we had in the PlayStation 3 was Soul Calibur 4. A Tale of Souls and Swords Eternally Retold. And slightly edging out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure will be Tekken Tag 2. Alright, so the audience seems to be completely in favor. Playing some Tekken Tag 2. Now the only thing is that I'm not I don't have a good analog controller. I normally play PlayStation 2 with this fight pad here, because for whatever reason my PS3 controller won't charge. So, I don't know. We'll play with this fight pad, and hopefully it all goes well. Tekken Tag 2 is a game that I took very seriously. I got very into playing this game. And out of any fighting game, even though I'd say my favorite fighting games are Street Fighter, Alpha 3, and Marvel vs. Capcom, the original, this game, I really feel like I put a lot of time into exploring its mechanics and taking a lot of pride in how I competed in this game against friends and against the computer. I mean, I definitely put a lot of time into Alpha 3, and man, same thing. So it's the HDMI cord that's making it so that there's no audio. Man. We're gonna have to get a new HDMI cord, I think. It's a very, very thick cord, but it's very long, and I mean that makes it kind of good for hooking it up in different parts of the room. But at the same time, the length of the cord, I think, and the heaviness of the cord can sometimes... I mean, it produces a very, very clear, nice picture, but sometimes if it's like twisted weird, you cannot get sound. So I am a big enthusiast of Angel and Jun Kazama, Unknown, and the Capoeira characters. That's my jam. Again, my good friend Ben would always come over for Bible study, and part of Single Noel's Friday night ritual would be afternoons would be Tekken Tag with Ben. Then we'd drive to Bible study. Then after that, I would go to the bars with my friends, and that would be it. That would be my Friday night. Tekken, Bible, and bar right there. So it was good stuff. This game has beautiful, beautiful graphics. This is, in my opinion, absolutely the best Tekken game ever. In my opinion, it's the best PlayStation 3 game, and it might be the best 3D fighting game of all time. I would second this maybe only to rival schools, and I actually wouldn't even do that. I don't know, it's just kind of too different, but this is, I would say, my favorite 3D fighting game, and it's just ridiculous. The music's amazing, the graphics are amazing, the gameplay is amazing, the character selection is amazing. There's nothing resembling a shortcoming in this game, as far as I'm concerned. The costumes you can edit and customize. It's just, everything about this game is amazing. So I'm actually gonna go back because I didn't hit square. So yeah, this is my favorite 3D fighting game. Just everything about this fires on all cylinders. Nerdy June, bathing suit June, Santa Claus June, cool bike shorts June, cocktail dress. We're going with bathing suit, and then we're gonna go with Angel. Playboy Bunny. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tekken 7 is not as good as this game, and Tekken 7's a good game, but man, this game is just, everything about this game is just perfect. Angel looks scarier than Ogre. Not in this dress. Man, the controller is different than what I'm used to. Damn it. The thing about this game is you get... Tag, 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 tag. I'm not used to this controller for this game. I always feel more comfortable using the normal controller.
Lucky boss.
We got money for clothes.
Get ready for the next battle.
My friend was like super skinny, but he loved being the fat Bob. He still does.
All round. Fight.
There we go. I'm still not comfortable with this controller here. We're doing pretty well. Ooh, more money for more clothes.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, this is your favorite, one of your favorite 3D fighters ever. This, I think, is my favorite 3D fighter. I mean, I say that, and I don't want to discount Dead or Alive 2 or Rival Schools, but man, I don't know. This is something special here. There we go. Starting to get my old rhythm back. I love the music, the poses. Like, every freaking Tekken character is in this game. And you can just trick them out with all kinds of cool clothes. The gameplay's amazing. The music is amazing. It's just a very, 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 very good game. I mean, you can just listen. You can play the soundtrack in your car, and it's just like a freaking dance club, you know? I just don't like that I'm not used to this controller as much. You're very self-conscious playing this game, too. Man.
You win. Lucky boss.
Man, we keep getting the lucky box.
Get ready for the next
We're gonna get to buy some fancy, fancy shoes with all that money. So my friend, who would come over to my house and play this game, he literally bought a movie projector for his room. And yeah, man, that's what he did. He used to play this game on a movie projector. It was nice. High definition projector. Nice.
You win.
You know, they really just they improved on the gameplay in this so much. Like, it's not like the other Tekkens played poorly at all, because they're all amazing. But the gameplay in this is so smooth and so fluid and so responsive.
Final round. Fight.
Go down, come on. Man, come on.
You win.
Angel is like everything about Kazuya, but like much better, you know? I like how Heihachi is comedically young in this game.
Fight.
Then they made Heihachi young again in the crossover RPG for the DS. Ah, we've lost. Continue. You can definitely play music from this game in a nightclub. Yeah, you can. Absolutely. I think my favorite level is the field, the flower field level. That's got some great music. Let's be Sexy Nerd June, and we'll be Santa Claus Angel. Again, I keep complaining. I don't like this controller for this game because the button layout is throwing off my combos. Like, this 6-button layout is great for like Street Fighter, but for Tekken, which is, you know, made with a PlayStation controller in mind, I don't know. Hey Noel, who do you think is the strongest of the Mishimas? I would say Heihachi Mishima. He is the most iconic Mishima, and just always... he always finds a way just to come out on top, so... Tag, 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 tag. Get him, come on! There we go. If that had connected, we would have been in some trouble. But it didn't, so we're fine. Creepy Heihachi laugh. That's another reason why Heihachi's the strongest. I do very much like... I don't know, I sympathize to a certain extent with Kazuya, but he really stooped to the level of Heihachi, you know?
Final round. Fight.
It's like your dad threw you off a cliff. Yes. You sold your soul to get back at him. Yes. That's kind of where you lost me, you know? Wow, you're still freaking standing after that? There we go. And, like, the boss of this game, the way that they did that, totally agree with you. Heihachi all the way. Plus, he's in Soul Calibur, too, you know. Heihachi is essentially a Namco mascot.
Get ready for the next battle.
The boss in this being June, and then turning into Unknown. I mean, the music in this level is just insane. The tranquility of this, like, impressionist painting Garden of Eden, and then turning into, like, this freaking, like, drop beat, you know, rave nightclub kind of stuff. Covered in tar. Out, 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 I want you out! Ugh. There we go. Alright, put on your dancing shoes, fellas. Because we are gonna set it off here.
Round 2. Fight.
I love how she just chucks the level at you too, you know? Here it comes. Here's my combo. Ah, I messed it up. Ah. That's it. Out. Oh, come on. Almost had her. That's gonna do it. Man! There we go. Got her. Imagine if Super Mario and Sonic appeared in this game. That would be freaking amazing. Rather than showing up in Super Smash Brothers, they need to have people keep showing up in Tekken Tag 2. I mean, I'm serious. That would be freaking amazing. And in fact, you know, like, if they made the Tekken Cross Street Fighter game and made it like Tekken Tag 2, that would be amazing. Like, I just don't understand why they didn't do that. I mean, it's not too late. They can still do it. I mean, PlayStation 5 is going to be coming out sooner than later, but... you know. No one's really sure exactly what happened to June. But the ghost bunnies love her. As she creates Aurora Borealis, located entirely in her kitchen. Ta-da! You see, like, for the amount of characters you get in this game, the fact that, like, they all have endings and they're all really, really done with, like, state-of-the-art graphics, I don't know, it's just amazing. Alright, so there we have it, guys. 2.5 hours. We beat every fighting game we set out to beat. We had a nice selection of games. So, yeah, you know, good stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. Hopefully I didn't alienate anyone with either my political rants or cupcake eating, but rather charmed and heartwarmed with my expertise in fighting games of the 2 and 3D variety. So there you have it. So let's push in midnight. So we'll wrap it up. I'll let you guys get down to your, you know, whatever you got planned. You know, obviously, nightlife options are rightly limited due to our current situation with the cold herd around the world. I was waiting for the Trevi Fountain stage. That is a good one. That is definitely a good one. Yes, good night, Rogue Drums. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for making me aware that my comment section was, in fact, working, which is good stuff. So, cool. Yeah, so, I don't know. We'll, you know, just keep an eye out for other videos on the YouTube channel coming soon. You know, I always say that I'm going to do some video game reviews, and I definitely will. I'll probably review All Night Nippon Super Mario Brothers pretty soon. I just want to actually get a compilation of names of the actual All Night Nippon people. OFC, no problem. Oh, yeah, good deal. Good night, Noel. Thanks as always, my brother. Thank you, and enjoy all your cool book-off items. That stuff sounds super cool. I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I'm envious right there. You know, I don't bear ill will toward you for having cool things that I don't have. I just wish that I had them myself, you know. So, cool, good deal. Well, I'm going to probably have a hot beverage, do a little bit of comic booking, upload my video, and then try to go to bed at a relatively decent hour. And I'll probably stream on Monday night, as I like to do, because I just don't like to watch Monday Night Wrestling, and, you know, live streaming is something that, you know, helps have something fun to do on Monday night. So, cool. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks as always. Like, comment, share, do whatever. We're up to 780 on our subs, so 20 more till we get to 800. So, you know, let's do what we can to get up to 800, and then get 2 more hundreds, and then we can finally get 1,000. Ooh, look! Hulk Hogan. Right there. The man, the myth, the legend. I've just got YouTube videos playing on a loop right here. So, yeah. Hollywood Hogan. He's the man. So yeah, thank you, Noel. I will. There's one in New York City. Go over there. Cool. Well, you know, I'll try to find some way to get down there. All right. Good deal. So, till next time, gang. My name is Noel. You take care. I will see you in the very near future. Bye bye.